Good morning. Pretty powerful. Just to wake you up, my name is Jason. I run Cherrypicks. It's not a startup. We'd like to think that in terms of company phase, we've passed the startup phase, but we would like to think like a startup. Nothing delights me more to be here today. I wish CoCoon is around 12 years ago when I started. But it's not too late. We can applaud and help all the other fellow entrepreneurs and guests here. So once again, Theodore, Max, thanks for having me. And good morning to all the fellow entrepreneurs, CoCoonians, and friends here. Today I'm going to walk you through a little journey about Cherrypicks, how it has struggled and still insists to pursue its dreams until today. We're still trying to make things work. Right? And also to give you some ideas about how we view the world of mobile innovation and how and what we have done to make a difference and why we are differentiated from the market. Well, first of all, a little corporate introduction. Cherrypicks has been a startup since 2000. It has evolved into 2-3 phases, and I'll walk through those. But essentially today, it's a global leader in mobile marketing, shopping, and commerce. We're very happy to be a mid-sized company, 150 people in 4 offices across Hong Kong, China, and Jakarta. We have about 70 or 80 awards in the last 3 years. So we won 1 award every 2 weeks. That perhaps is a little hard to beat. But there are other good things about a company other than awards. We are a Harvard Business School case, and we are one of the first, in fact, we are the first company to take Red Herring Asia 100 when it was first available globally. And we applied about 8 patents so far to show that Hong Kong innovation and R&D does exist, and innovation in mobile is world-class. Now I promise you to take you through a journey, but before the journey starts at Cherrypicks, I have to give you some background about myself. Before year 2000, which was the year that I started Cherrypicks, I did a few things, like normal people. I'm just a normal guy. Somehow, something struck me and I have a dream in the year 2000, so I started a company. But before year 2000, I'm an A student from a very good local school. I moved on to study engineering, aced it again. A lot of people, including my professor, want me to go for a PhD. I didn't. I went for strategy consulting in high-tech industry because I thought it was challenging. Traveling about 200 days a year. I've been to 7 to 20 countries, stayed there for a long time, look at many different things. I think earlier speaker Jamie talked about reading. I read like crazy every day. I look at all the trends. The reason I'm telling you all this is because whether it's from the school days, intellectual capacity, or consulting days, you're looking at a person that is the most unlikely entrepreneur. Why would I go and start my own business when I'm the youngest director at Deloitte? Which potentially I could become worldwide the youngest partner. I skipped MBA and still become a director at Deloitte in strategy consulting. Why would I do that? Life takes very interesting turns. Anyways, I preach the theory, the strategy, and the belief so hard that I believe it myself. So in year 2000, I thought that there would be a new ecosystem of mobile companies that focus on data. At that time, there wasn't 3G, no apps. It was just mobile data. If you remember, year 2000, you have still a black and white phone, but you have a standard called WAP, WAP. We boldly started a business focusing on mobile marketing. At that time, at our disposal, is a black and white phone, 2.5G connection, WAP standard. All we can play with is SMS, and perhaps starting off MMS. We started anyways. We started with 4 friends in a very small office in Shan Wan, Soho, Gai, Javot Street. 400 square feet. Look at your 14,000 square feet. Luxury here. I wish we could come here when we started. The service that we rolled out after 9 months of R&D and really hard work to convince an operator called Hutchison Telecom is Orange Coupon. Ironically, 10 years later, in year 2010, we launched iButterfly coupon entertainment service. Both are coupon services, but this one, 5,000 users. Orange coupon, 5,000 users. iButterfly, 200 million coupon users. In the space of 10 years, same concept, coupon download. I'll talk about iButterfly later. Okay, once we started, it was really hard because it was internet bubble burst, Asian financial crisis. But just before SARS, we managed to convince two of my earlier clients in Korea, SK Telecom, one of the biggest chaebols, and also in Taiwan, Far Eastern Group or Far Eastern Communications, to invest angel funds and seed money into the company. So I got my $2 million and started to scale what we do a little bit more and become, venturing into other parts of Asia. At that time, we had a VC who valued us at about $25 million by investing $5 million pre-money. That VC is called Asia Tech. I hope, may I ask if there's any friends or previous employees or owners of Asia Tech here? Okay, so I'm free to talk. Asia Tech was one of the most famous VCs at that time, but they got themselves into trouble in the bubble burst, internet bubble crisis. So the week before, they sealed the deal and wired the money, they pull out. And 2 months after that point, they closed down. Right? So you're looking at potentially $7 million in cash, $25 million pre-money, that's 7, so $32 million post-money ventures. Just 1.5 years after starting Utilized, gone. So the more we see, the more we do, we're being humbled by all these external factors of how it can impact you. So for entrepreneurs, if you don't have a dream, you're very fragile. Everything hit on you, and it's direct hit. We found that mobile marketing isn't viable. The phone is not delivering what the user experience that we wanted to do. So we look at, okay, what else can we do? We always have visions. After so many considerations, we were a little bit like Angry Bird. After 51 games, what can we do? Let's do our last attempt. Let's do Angry Bird. So we did Bring Back Tone. And lo and behold, Bring Back Tone actually turned the whole company around. We were suddenly in a multi-million US dollar profit within 2 years. And that Bring Back Home business was initially a joint venture or a joint innovation with my angel investor, SK Telecom in Korea. So we got lucky there. And this system ended up being sold to 7 countries in Asia. That brings a lot of money. Of course, at that time, I really thought that I was invincible because we had so much difficulties and then still turn around and be able to make so many millions of dollars. We rejected IPO proposals from bankers. Instead, we had our next vision, mobile social media. That was before Friendster, Facebook even become well known to anyone. Facebook hasn't started yet. But we do mobile social media. And we want to do it in China and Taiwan. We had a very, very good plan. And we were going to execute it. We take the millions of profit, reinvest in the company, go and talk to some VC. They happen to be the top VCs, SoftBank, Tokyo Marine, Korea Technology Fund. Are there any colleagues from these 3 funds here? I can talk freely again. All right, yes. They gave me $25 million US. Our valuation became 85. I really thought we were invincible. We started a business in the US, in China, wanting to go to the US afterwards. And at that time, the China business called Youdian. In Taiwan, Saiwo. Jamie probably have heard about that. We use that money aggressively expanding, and eventually we reach a point where we have 5 million real name-based registered users in China. This is very valuable because, as you know, everything in China is fake. But we managed to have 5 million real name-based users. How do we do that? We actually provide mobile social media in terms of SMS services to the university for school purposes in exchange for the school to give us their student database for verification. Only China can do that. So 200 universities, including the Peking University, gave us their student database